There's a certain lie the human race loves to tell itself. The lie goes like this: everything's going to be all right. No matter the trial, no matter the hardship, mankind seems to share a deep-seated belief that if we just hang on, if we just hunker down and persevere, we'll come out on the other end stronger and better equipped to face life's challenges. Now, it's a nice thought, but it's wrong. It's not going to be all right. Not right away. On the contrary, things on the world scene are going to get worse, much, much worse, before they get any better. As the world continues to reject God and His law, society will feel the repercussions. Authors of the Bible were inspired by God to describe the last days. The Apostle Paul wrote to Timothy about a perilous time when men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, and having a form of godliness but denying its power. And in his Olivet prophecy, Jesus Christ warned that these last days would be punctuated by great tribulation, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be. Mankind will be on the verge of self-destruction, and the wrath of God will be poured out from the heavens in response to humanity's total disregard for all that is good and holy. Nothing about this picture is all right, and without the events pictured by the Feast of Trumpets, nothing would be all right ever again. The prophetic book of Revelation reveals that God's judgment on mankind will conclude with 7 trumpet blasts from heaven. And at the sound of the 7th trumpet, Jesus Christ Himself will return to the earth as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, taking control of all the world's corrupt governments. The citizens of earth will rejoice and gladly follow Christ into a new golden age of prosperity and peace. At least that's what you'd think would happen. Christ will return with power and authority. But the Bible tells us that instead of rejoicing, much of the earth's population will join forces and try to wage war against the Son of God. Mankind's thinking will be so warped, so twisted, that they will perceive the Creator of the universe as a threat and seek to destroy Him. It won't work, of course. Christ and His heavenly army will quickly stamp out the ill-fated rebellion, but it serves to illustrate the degenerate state of mind most of humanity will have during this time. But the Feast of Trumpets pictures another important event too. At the return of Christ, God will transform His people in a way the world has never seen. He will resurrect every faithful individual from every chapter of history and then give His people brand new bodies, not of flesh and bone, but of spirit, capable of operating in the same spiritual realm as God Himself. And that's when things really get interesting. Because as much as it might sound like it, the Feast of Trumpets doesn't represent an ending. It represents a beginning. The return of Christ marks the moment in time that God begins His direct, hands-on work with not just the church, but the entire world. To learn about atonement and how its fulfillment will change the way the world works, click next to continue watching this series. For further reading, be sure to download our free booklet, From Holidays to Holy Days, God's Plan for You.